Hey gang, Uncle Todd here, and we are once again looking at a TV show. This show, Wednesday. I'm a huge Addams Family fan. Have been ever since a kid when I used to watch the old show in syndication. It's always a toss-up between them and the Monsters as to which one I actually liked best, but I don't think it really matters. They both have their pluses and minuses, as it were. Although I do find as an adult I prefer the Addams Family, and as a kid I preferred the Monsters. Now, the first episode of this show, it's been directed by Tim Burton. Kudos to Tim. It's probably the best thing he has done in maybe 10 to 15 years, in my opinion. It opens with our hero, Wednesday, finding her brother Pugsley locked in a locker. She's a little upset with this, and due to her ability of second sight, something she doesn't control, it just comes now and then. When she touches Pugsley, she sees that it's the swim team, and she goes to their practice and dumps piranha in the pool, causing one of the swimmers to suffer an injury to a very sensitive part of the male anatomy. Because of this, she's sent to, she's been expelled, and in order to avoid prosecution, Gomez and Morticia have made a deal where she will go to Nevermore Academy and have court-ordered therapy sessions with Dr. Kimball. And turns out the principal of the Nevermore Academy, which just happens to be where Gomez and Morticia met and fell in love, is Morticia's old roommate. And they are in the Ophelia wing, which is their old, Morticia's old wing. And Wednesday meets her new roommate, who is a werewolf, Enid. Although it will turn out later that Enid is not a full wolf. She can only extend claws. She can't totally wolf out. Which is causing her some distress, as if you cannot fully transform, you will become a lone wolf and have no pack. Which Wednesday finds to be an ideal situation, but Enid, being a werewolf, and as anyone who knows anything about wolves, know they are a pack-oriented creature. And so being without a pack is rather devastating. We'll probably explore that more later in the series. Gomez and Morticia also just happen to leave Thing behind so that he can keep an eye on Wednesday. Although Wednesday quickly figures this out, and through a bit of coercion, i.e. locking Thing in a drawer where he cannot get out, causing him to scratch his nails into pieces, and being without his beloved skin cream, vows undying loyalty to Wednesday. Wednesday also meets Bianca, who is a siren and is the queen bee of the school, challenging her to a fencing duel, which she loses. Although she does score 1 point, in the end she loses the fight. She had the temerity to go with military rules in which no face guard, no tips on the blades, and first to draw blood wins, and Bianca nicks Wednesday in the forehead. Can't best at everything. After this, she is almost killed when a gargoyle falls off the parapet. But she's saved by Tyler, who was an artist. And turns out he knew Wednesday back when they were much smaller, when she saved his life. And because Wednesday would have enjoyed this unusual death, Xavier saves her. Xavier chalks it up to them just being even, since she rescued him from being killed when he during a game of hide and seek, hid in his grandmother's casket, which was going to be cremated. We then move on to Wednesday's therapy session with Dr. Kim Burton, which brings up some rather uncomfortable parts of Wednesday's personality that she really doesn't want to dig into. Wednesday does not want to be at the Nevermore Academy. She doesn't want to be like her mother. She doesn't want to fall in love. She doesn't want to be captain of the fencing team. She wants to be her own person, and she finds all of the world to be a big bore, typical goth kid stuff. And she's also an accomplished author, although she's not been published. She writes a series of mystery novels featuring a teenage protagonist who is at odds with her mother. Dr. Kim Burton picks up on that one. But using a ruse of going to the bathroom, Wednesday, with Thing's help, escapes. And she makes it to a coffee shop where she wants to get a quick upload of caffeine and then head out to a train station or a taxi or somewhere where she meets Tyler. This is where I get to Tyler, who can't give her the caffeine because the espresso machine is acting up. But she fixes it because she had a steam-powered guillotine for her dolls when she was a child, so she knows how to do things with steam. And in return, he promises to drive her to the train station in the next town over, but she has to wait an hour until he gets off. And she tries to bribe him, but he's not going for it. And then we get some guys from the local Thanksgiving or I should say Pilgrim World. They're all dressed as pilgrims. And it's a year-round tourist event. And when they get into her face, she mops the floor of these three big guys with the martial arts she learned from her uncle, who'd spent time as a prisoner in a Tibetan monastery. We all know who that uncle will be. Unfortunately, this then brings her to the attention of Tyler's father, the sheriff, who, upon realizing she's Gomez Adams' daughter, is infuriated. He believes Gomez committed murder and got away with it. This also brings her to the attention of her principal, who had taken her to the therapy session and therefore takes her back to school. Failed attempt number 1. We then get a really cool sequence wherein she plays Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones on the oboe. Awesome scene. We are also introduced to Miss Thornhill, who gives Wednesday a welcoming gift of a black dahlia. She's played by Christina Ricci. Wednesday from the 90s movies. And she seems to be a lot smarter than she looks. About this time, Wednesday makes a deal with Enid. She'll give her back control of the room because they've split it in half, and it's half decorated in these bright colors and half decorated in gothic horror for Wednesday. If she'll teach her how to use her computer. Thing is then dispatched to Tyler's house, which freaks Tyler out, but he carries a message on his hand of a phone number of Wednesday to call, and they set up a meeting where they will meet up at the Thanksgiving festival. It's mandatory all students attend. And then she will slip away, and Tyler will drive her to the train station. Tyler's willing to do this for no payment because he doesn't like living there, and if one person can get out, more power to him. So at the festival, she runs into Xavier, who then runs into Tyler. So now we know there's going to be probably some kind of love triangle. The three boys that Wednesday beat up show up, wanting to return the favor, as it were. And after a chase, Wednesday inadvertently bumps into Rowan, another student, and sees a vision of him dying. He runs off into the woods and she chases after him. But Rowan tries to kill her. Turns out his mother was a seer, and 20-some years ago, she drew a picture of someone who will destroy the school. That someone is Wednesday, and he shows her this and prepares to kill her using his telekinetic abilities. When he's attacked by a creature that has been killing people in the forest for a little while now. And this creature looks awesome. It is huge. And it doesn't have any fur. It's a huge mouth, these huge eyes. And it's just, And Tyler has also given Wednesday the police report on her father that he stole from his father's office. Once again, back at school, she gets a call from her parents on the crystal ball and lets them know that she likes it there. It's something that she's going to look forward to exploring more. i.e., she is very much having two mysteries to solve. One, the monster in the woods that has now killed 4 people. 3 people who were in the woods previously, and now Rowan. And she's going to look into her father's past to see just what this whole murder thing was about. Really good first episode. Jenna Ortega is excellent as Wednesday. The rest of the cast is really good too. And I'm thinking Wednesday is going to end up making friends, something she doesn't want to do. Falling in love, something she doesn't want to do. Becoming more like her mother, something she doesn't want to do. And finding that she can do all these things without losing who she herself is and still have her own individuality and personality and way to make through life. Here's hoping. But that's all I have to say about the first episode. Oh, Danny Elfman does a great score. Almost forgot about that. Which is highlighted with moments of organ music and harpsichord, which is a callback to the original show. But that's all I have to say about this first episode. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.